Hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jen Woodhouse and I just finished installing these beautiful built-ins. You can find out more details on this entire project on jenwoodhouse.com. Now that installation is complete, it's time for the finishing touches. I've got to paint the walls and trim and touch up some areas here and there, and I'm excited to be teaming up with Scotch painter's tape to get this job done. In today's video, I'm going to share a few tips on how to prep like a pro when you're painting walls and trim. Now, I typically prefer painting the trim first and then the wall because I'll use a brush to paint the trim. I don't have to worry too much if I get some trim paint on the walls because once the trim dries, I can use Scotch painter's tape delicate surface tape to mask off the freshly painted trim, then roll on the wall paint, painting right over those mistakes. Some people prefer to do it the other way around for various reasons, so whether you paint the walls or the trim first or vice versa, it's really just a matter of preference. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to paint the walls first so that we can talk about some of the different Scotch painter's tapes as well as the best applications for each. Tip number 1, make sure the surface is clean so that the tape has the best adhesion. Especially here on the baseboards where dust can settle, you'll want your surface clean and dry before applying the tape. Tip number 2, use the right tape for the job. Did you know Scotch painter's tape makes different tapes for different jobs? Their most recognized tape is their blue tape, but there are 3 different blue tapes: the original, the sharp lines, and the ultra sharp lines. All 3 have a medium adhesive and work great on multi-surfaces like walls, trim, baseboards, tile, and glass. But here's the main difference. With the original multi-surface tape, you can leave it up for 14 days and still get a clean removal, and the sharp lines is up to 21 days, and the ultra sharp lines is 28 days. The ultra sharp tape also has a cool snap tear technology where the tape tears at a 90-degree angle every time, so you have a straight edge, which kind of blows my mind. I'm going to use the Scotch painter's tape ultra sharp lines tape to tape off the trim so that I can paint the walls. When you apply the tape, you'll press it on firmly. Scotch painter's tape has developed this advanced edge lock technology that seals out paint and keeps it from bleeding underneath the tape, which will give you the sharpest, cleanest paint line. I also go ahead and burnish the edges with a debit card just to make sure I'm really sealing that edge. Tip number 3, use a high-quality brush to cut in. I like using this short-handled 2-inch brush because it gives me the most control, and then I'll use a roller to roll the paint on the walls. Depending on the surface that you're painting, if you have textured or smooth walls, you'll want to choose the right nap on the roller. It'll tell you right on the package. My walls are smooth, so I'm using a roller designed for smooth surfaces. Tip number 4, work on one wall at a time. Cut in, then roll, then move on to the next wall because you want to keep that wet edge after you've cut in so you get the most seamless finish. And work from the top down so you catch any drips that might occur. Alright, so now that the wall is painted, we're going to let that dry before moving on to painting the trim. Okay, it's been 24 hours and the walls are dry, so let's paint the trim. Because these walls are freshly painted, I'm going to use this Scotch painter's tape delicate surface tape. It has a gentler adhesive and is designed specifically for delicate surfaces like freshly painted drywall, wallpaper, wood floors, cabinetry, and veneers. It has the same advanced edge lock technology, so it'll still give me those beautiful sharp paint lines. And this brings us to our 5th and final tip. Before I paint the crown molding in this contrast color, I'm actually going to apply a layer of the wall paint color first, just where the edge of the tape is. Then after that dries, I'll paint on the trim color. This is just to ensure I get the crispest, cleanest line. This delicate surface painter's tape will give you a clean removal for up to 60 days. And here's a bonus tip. When you remove the tape, pull it off at a 45-degree angle and watch those crisp paint lines appear. Look at that, so beautiful. That's it for me in this video. If you found it helpful, hit that like and subscribe button and visit jenwoodhouse.com for more details and DIY project ideas. Thanks so much to our sponsor, Scotch painter's tape. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.